Praise the Lord, everyone, and welcome to this week's devotional video. In Genesis chapter 48, we read about the last days of Jacob, who is now named Israel. He and all his family are living in Egypt. Israel is almost to the point of death, and Joseph finds out that he's sick. Joseph says, I'm going to go see Dad. I'm going to bring my sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, to go see him. And Joseph walks in with his sons. He greets his dad, and Israel decides that he wants to bless Joseph's sons before he dies. So we're going to begin reading in Genesis chapter 48 at verse 10. We read, Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced him. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and, lo, God hath shown me also thy seed. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. Now this is a big deal. The blessing of the firstborn was always a big deal. Generally, it was a double portion compared to what the rest of the family would get. It was family rights, it was family authority, it was a huge deal. And the firstborn blessing was always to go to the firstborn son. And here it is, resting upon the head of the secondborn. Verse 15, And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. We'll stop there. Joseph says, No, Dad, this is the firstborn son. This is where the blessing is supposed to go. This is where the authority goes. This is where the privilege goes. This is where the power needs to rest. God, I want the double portion to be here, not here. Verse 19, And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, In thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. We stop there. Here's the thing. We often bring things in our lives before God and ask him to bless them. God, this is my baby. This is my favorite. This is my biggest goal. It's my biggest dream. It's my biggest plan. This is my favorite person. This is my favorite project. God, I really, really, really want your best blessings upon this. Maybe God will do that. Maybe God says, okay, that lines up with my will. We'll do that for you. But what if God says, actually, this is my choice for you? Right here. This is my biggest goal for you. This is my biggest plan, my biggest dream. This is where I want to put the double portion of blessing in your life. Your plans are great. Your plans are good. There's nothing wrong with your plans. But my plans for you are greater. And there will be a multitude of blessings right here. So I leave you with this thought. What do we really want? Our great or God's greater? Can we let our first be second? Can we reprioritize or even set down and walk away from our goals, if it means that we walk into everything that God really wants to do in our lives? Can we just plain surrender and trust Him? If we can, we just might find that the things we thought were so important, the things we thought were so valuable, we just may find that our first never should have been first in the first place. And God's first is so much better. So friends, I guess that's all I've got for you today. God bless you. We'll see you Sunday.